You might like to see how to make something like a wedding invitation or order of service that you want to send to a printer but do your own design and your own artwork, but you don't actually have some of the software to do it easily that costs quite a bit of money, such as InDesign, Quark, Illustrator or Adobe Pro. So this is how I did an order of service, and I also did wedding invitations as well, but just to demonstrate using Microsoft Windows 10 Word and then converting it to a PDF and getting it ready for printing. So the first thing that I'm starting with is I've opened up a document in Word and it is in the default setting, so it's A4 portrait with margins set as per norm. Now, first of all, you need to decide the size of whatever it is that you're doing, and I would suggest if you're planning on getting it printed, which you can get done very reasonably online, stick with fairly standard sizes. Now, I am actually going to be doing an order of service that is 14.8 centimetres square, i.e. half the width of an A4 sheet of paper, and it is something that several of the online companies print as standard, so I'm not going to any custom sizes which would cost me more. But this at the moment is in the wrong orientation, so first of all I'm going to layout, and I'm going to change the orientation to landscape. And then this will be A4 length, which is now the width, will be 2 pages of the order of service. Now I don't need it to be this height, so I am going to go to change the size. Now up come all sorts of standard sizes, but the one I want isn't on it, so I have to go into more paper sizes, which has got the layout under paper and page setup, and the width is 29.7, which is what I want, and the height I want to be 14.8, so I'm just going to decrease that down to 14.8. Gone a bit too far. And once I'm happy, then I'm going to press OK. And that shrinks your paper size down on screen to what you want it to be. I don't need my margins out there, in fact I don't need margins at all, so I'm clicking on margins and I am going to go to custom and take it down to 0, and actually the measurements go below 0, so you do need to watch where you go, otherwise you end up with minus numbers. And then again, once I'm happy, I'm just going to click OK. It'll tell you that the margins are outside the printable area, but we don't have to worry about that, so ignore. Now I've got 2 pages here, and if you want to make more pages, all I need to do is press Control and Enter, and another page will come into play. And of course you can carry on with the number of pages you want. I'm just going to demonstrate on the top page what I've done. Now the plan with the artwork for the wedding order of service was to have a coloured text box, and as that proved to be, that's very advantageous because it leaves a white border. Now what I haven't been able to find with Word is any means of incorporating it in bleed marks, which is where you run your colour design off the edge of the paper and out further than the width of the paper that you want to be printed. But I don't have to worry about it if I'm leaving the edges white. So my design fortuitously proved to be useful. So the first thing I'm going to do is press Insert on the top tool line, go over to Text Box, and I'm going to go right down to Draw Text Box. And then I'm going to start drawing a text box here. And as you start doing it, up will come on the far right hand side the height and width. Now this is going to be 2 times 14.8, so each page will be 14.8 centimetres, 6 inches wide. And I want a border round the edge of 0.5 centimetre. I want a border in the middle round to the fold line of 0.5 centimetre. So I need this text box to be 13.8. So I'm just going to adjust that on both of these to 13.8. And there's my first text box, and I'm just going to shift it into position slightly. That's fine. Now I don't want it to be a black outline, I want it to be something completely different, and under format up here I've got shape outline, and I am going to go for different colours, the one they've got. You can go standard colours, I could choose that one, or you could go onto custom and choose something entirely different. So shall I go onto this and choose that one? No, I'm going to go paler, that one, there we are, and press OK, and you get your colour. It's very thin at the moment because I need to go back into shape outline and I need to go down to weight, and I want a thicker rim, so I'm going to 4.5, and up comes the colour that I've chosen. I'm not sure if that's the one I'd really go for, but it'll do for now. Now I want exactly the same on all the pages, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy the outline, and then I'm going to press paste, and I'm going to take the new text box and just slide it along to the next one, again leaving room at the edges. So you can repeat this on all of your pages if that is what you want. Now what I planned on doing is having some artwork up in this top left hand corner, and the way that I do that is to once again go to insert text box, draw my text box, and the design is going to just slightly overlap, go under the pink line. Now in order for that to show, what I need to do is to format the text box again, and I need where it says fill to go to no fill, and that will allow the lines to come through. So the next thing I'm going to do, having put this text box in, is to insert my shape, and I'm going to my pictures. I'm going to insert it into the text box, picture that I've got from downloads, insert it. If you right click on the picture, you can change the size that you want. I wanted about 41, that's 40, fine. And then the next thing to do is to get rid of your text box line, go into format shape, go over to the right hand side, and under format shape where it's got line, go to no line, and then finally I want it behind the text box pink line, so I'm going to change the layout option to behind the text, and there you have your pretty design inserted with the pink line on the top. Now the next things I'm going to do is I'm going to put some words in, and I need a text box again, so I'm just going to pop this one in freehand. Of course you've got your measurements over here on the right hand side if you want it to be exact on each page, but I'm just doing it freehand. Now I've got some hymn here that I've chosen to put in, and I'm going to paste it, and it may or may not be in the right place, but I'm just going to reduce the size of that text box a bit because I want another one at the top. You also get a text box symbol this size as well, and I am going to put a title, and I'm going to type in hymn, and I'm going to change the font, scroll over the top. I don't want Calibri, I want to have French script. I also want it a lot bigger. I also want it in bold, and I want the colour to be in a nice dark grey. And then finally I'd like that to be central, so I'm going into my home screen and just centralising that. The last thing I need to do is to format the shape to get rid of the text box lines, and under format shape go into line, click on no line, and that'll disappear. And then the same with the hymn text box, go into format shape, click no line, and then you've got your page set up. Now you would do this on all the pages or your wedding invitation, put what artwork in you like, and when you're ready, you then go into saving it, but you save it instead of as a Word document, you save it as a PDF. So I'm going into my documents file, I'll call in wedding order, and here on the choice box I'm going to go down and choose PDF and press save. And here I have my sheet ready to roll, and this is almost ready for the printers. There's one last thing to do, because printers don't generally like the colour combination that Microsoft use. They prefer CMYX, and I have discovered that if you go online, PDF to CMYK online converter, you can come up with free tools to enable you to do it, and this is just one of them. And you can choose your file, types in that, and then I'm staying with the default setting, and I just press start. You then download, and it's in the right format for the colour printing for your printer, and then you can just save it in your documents. And the job is done. It's just then ready to upload to the printer for printing. I hope you found this helpful.